Shalom. Shalom, giving our praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha, Hodash, honor speed to the elect elders of the nation of Israel that do labor, teach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to you, Akim, hopeful elect on the highway and hedges, making your body living sacrifice, according to Romans 12 and verse 1. Shalom to sincere believers as well, which consist of men and women. Shalom, Brakatham, and as always, Abad Babal. This is your brother Zakar Aban coming back with another video. This will be going into the diaspora, which pretty much goes into what is scattering. And, you know, a few things came to mind as far as these scoffers, these mockers coming on the comment boards. Speaking about, you know, neither Jew nor Greek, Galatians 3:28, that they are running to. Which pretty much goes into, all of this goes into the children of Israel returning back to Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai. Okay, regardless if you grew up in the customs, regardless of wherever you were scattered to, if you are deemed to receive salvation, then hey, that's what it's going to be. If you are an Israelite, all right. So this is diaspora. It says a diaspora is a large group of people with a similar heritage or homeland who have since moved out to places all over the world, and that's, you know, pretty much our story. Okay, when we go off, when we transgress, sin, okay, we are pretty much scattered amongst all different nations, regions, whatever. The term diaspora comes from an ancient Greek word meaning to scatter about, right? And that's exactly what the people of a diaspora do. They scatter from their homeland, a homeland being what? The land of Israel, the headquarters being Jerusalem, to places across the globe, and we are scattered, right, everywhere. Okay, so let's grab this here. This comes to mind in the book of Deuteronomy 4 and verse 27, but verse 1 put it in context to who it's addressed to, right? No confusion. Deuteronomy 4 and verse 1, now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that you may live and go in and possess the land being the land of Israel, headquarters being Jerusalem, which the Yahweh power of your fathers give it you. Our fathers being what? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But this is addressed to who? Now therefore hearken, O Israel. This is addressed to the Israelites. Right? Now the same book, but let's skip down. Verse 27. Deuteronomy 4 and verse 27. And the Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations, and you shall be left few in number among the heathen. Right? There's a term called what? The minority. We are called the minorities. All right? Although we are pretty much everywhere. We are what likened to the sand of the sea, but we are called what? The minority today. Shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Yahweh shall lead you. All right? So we're what? Scattered amongst all different nations. So this goes into what? The diaspora. The term diaspora comes from the ancient Greek word meaning to scatter about. And that's exactly what the people of a diaspora do. They scatter from their homeland to places across the globe, spreading their culture as they go, right? The Bible refers to the diaspora of Jews exiled from Israel by the Babylonians. Now let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2. All right, when we go to the book of Esdras, it pretty much goes into the rebuilding of the temple. Right, we go to the book of Ezra, Nehemiah. You go to a lot of the building of the temple. Okay, we go right after the right after the captivity of the Babylonian Empire, which lasted about 70 years. So this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2 and verse 7. A little bit more on the scattering. It says, "Let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth, for they have despised my covenant." And the covenants was only given to the nation of Israel. Psalms, which you hear a lot, Psalms 147, verse 19 and verse 20. Okay, these laws, statutes, commandments was only given to the nation of Israel. All right, and a lot of what I'm going over is pretty much Hebrew 101, pretty much the basics, but something that got to go over again and again. So let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth, for they have despised my covenant. All right, meaning what? Not willing to hearken unto it. And we see that pretty much today. All right, what we when Jake brings out these scriptures, a lot of our people would have a disdain. Right, they don't want to hear it because they love, this. They love their captivity pretty much. Right, they have what you call Stockholm syndrome. So this is the book of First Peter. Like I said, Hebrews 1:1. First Peter 1 and verse 1. Peter, an apostle of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. And this is the elect. Elect according to the foreknowledge of Adonai Yahweh. These are the Israelites that are what scattered. It says elect according to the foreknowledge of Adonai Yahweh, the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Yahweh Mashiach. Grace unto you and peace be multiplied. So this is Apostle Peter speaking to the Israelites that are scattered amongst the heathens, and really to, like I was saying, the elect. All right, the ones that can receive it. Okay, so it said they scattered from their homeland to places across the globe, spreading their culture as they go. The Bible refers to the diaspora of Jews exiled from Israel by the Babylonians. The word is now used more generally to describe any large migration, refers language or culture. Okay, but the point there was made as far as what the scattering. Okay, so there shouldn't be any confusion when it comes to the Jew and nor Greek. Right? It's so simple as far as, the Hellenized, the Hellenized period. It wasn't lawful to call ourselves, Jews or whatever, right? It's really that simple. Now let's go here to the book of John 7 and verse 35. And the reason why they get a hard time understanding it and they get caught up in a web of lies, why? Because they cut out, the 14 books, going to what the Apocrypha. So this is the book of John, chapter 7, and verse 35. And it goes into, then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Speaking about who Yahushai. Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? All right. So back then, in ancient times, it was well understood that we was amongst the heathens. Even when you go to the book of Acts chapter 2, right, where it said the devout Jews. I'll grab them just 1 second. But let's grab this word for the dispersed.
Strong's G1290. Diaspora.
The same right here as I got on the screen, right? The diaspora was going to what? A scattering, dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. What amongst foreign nations? So this lines up with history. There's no way of getting around it. Okay, there's no way of getting around the facts, right? Jake loved to say, that's facts, but the fact is, we were scattered amongst our own nation. We were scattered amongst different nations. All right, our nation is scattered amongst different nations. It's really that simple. It says this. It says what the simplicity in Yahweh Shai, a scattering dispersion of Israelite dispersed from foreign nations, of the Christians scattered abroad, among the Gentiles, and the Christians just mean what? The followers of Yahweh Shai, the followers of the Anointed. All right, that's pretty much what that goes into. But we will scatter amongst these other nations. Deuteronomy 4 and verse 27, as I just grabbed. And once again, these are what? Basics. So let's grab this in the NLT. John 7 and verse 35. The Jewish leaders were puzzled. All right, and these are not ish. Okay, these are actual of the southern kingdom. Judah. Okay, Benjamin, Levi, which were pretty much up under what, in the southern kingdom, right? That there was no ish. But the point is, the Jewish leaders were puzzled by this statement. Where is he planning to go? They asked it. Is he thinking of leaving the country and going to the Jews in other lands. Why are the Jews in other lands? Why? Because they were scattered. Maybe he would even teach the Greeks. Okay, we were scattered. This was well-known knowledge in these days that we were just amongst these other nations. It's nothing so confused. There should be no confusion. The Most High does not change. He would never allow an actual heathen, right? An actual heathen from a Hamite, a Japhite, a Moabite, an Ammonite, right? Whatever, an Edomite. If you are actual of those nations, you would not come in to our to our covenant. This had nothing to do with you, right? So like I was saying, so when you see like Galatians 3:28, neither Jew nor Greek, okay, that's pretty much, matter of fact, that's pretty much goes into the children of Israel returning back to Yahweh or Yahushai, which will be the elect. So where it said neither Jew nor Greek, matter of fact, let's grab it right here. I'm just read it, and that'll be pretty much it. This is once again Hebrews 1:1. All right, this is Galatians 3 and verse 28, and it reads, there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for you are all one in Hamashiach Yahushai. And Christians will do what? Close up the book, right? And if you be Hamashiach, then are you Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. All right, this is speaking about the elect, the nation of Israel, the elect of the nation of Israel that is returning to Yahweh wa Yahushai. Okay, Abraham's seed. The same way Yahushai told those Jakes that was wicked, you are of your father the devil, in the book of John 8 and verse 44. Although they come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he likened them unto Esau, Edom. Why? For their wickedness. Okay, so when it says you are of Abraham's seed, this is speaking about them that is coming back in sincerity. All right, that have what? Faith. Okay, that is showing putting forth righteousness, right? Rehearsing, not being what? Wicked. So now, like I was saying, let's go to here, the book of Luke chapter 1, straight to the point. That'd be pretty much it. Luke 1 and verse 16. Okay, where it said Jew nor Greek, the Greek being what? The Hellenized, the Jew being them that grew up in the customs, the Greek being them that was, once again, the diaspora, right? So the term diaspora comes from an ancient Greek word meaning to scatter about, and that's exactly what the people of a diaspora do. They scatter from their homeland to places across the globe, spreading their culture as they go. All right, so those would be the so-called Greeks, the Jews that were just scattered amongst them. This is the book of Luke 1 and verse 16, straight to the point, and that'll be pretty much it. And many of the children of Israel, Yasharallah, he Prince of Power, shall he turn to the Lord, the Yahweh, their power. Turn mean what? Convert, return, come back home to your customs. That's the same thing as in book Galatians 3:28. Regardless if you grew up in the customs or not, you are going to return to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. And many of the children of Israel shall he return to Yahweh their power. Okay, so that's the point. Coming back home to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. So that's the point there. That'd be pretty much it. Just like I said, Hebrew 1:1. Bring out a few precepts, give a much understanding through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shar Never Kwadash, giving all praise to Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha Kwadash, honors be to let elders of the nation of Israel that do labor, teach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to you, Akim, you hope for elect on the highway and hedges, make your body living sacrifice. And I'll show on to sincere believers as well, which consist of men and women. Shalom, Brakatham, as always, Shalom.